everyone, this is Darryl20, and welcome to episode 71 of Darryl20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Skies, where I just made another Draconic Reactor core. Speaking of, I wonder if mine's still running. Best way to tell is to see what this is doing. Oh, he's full. Which is why I added this up here, because I'm pretty sure if I don't extract the power from the thing, I'm gonna have a bad time, right? Presumably. What would be involved in getting you up to tier 7? Can I just, like, deconstruct you, make you tier 7, and then reconstruct you? I assume the answer to be yes, assuming that I have enough room. So what would be a tier 7 dude looking like? Only because he's full, so I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting power right now because I'm trashing it all, right? So to get to tier 7, we need 210 Draconium blocks. I don't think we're going to get that, because we have less. We have about 210 Draconium ingots. Is that enough? No. No, it is not. So I guess we either want to sieve more dust, or we could go, like, you know, collect more out of the end. Either option's a valid one. Is that it? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I should have, like, close to 2k, not 1k. Yeah, because we've got the mechanism digital miner. So we could go right back here. Out of curiosity. Is that really all the Ender Draconium ore you found? Yeah, 32, 0 to 128. Well, I mean, okay. Maybe this biome's just light on it. Really? Alright, then we're gonna do it the old dire way. I was thinking I could, like, you know, be cool about it and just snag some real quick, but it wasn't as good. So we're gonna do it the uber fast way, which I set up down here. And we're gonna need time crystals ready. And I'm gonna give you this guy with fortune. And we can do Draconium dust for days. It's kind of hilarious, you have to admit. Oh, there's a paradox. I was gonna say, we should be due for a paradox soon. Can't even keep up with it all. To be fair, I never planned this around tick accelerating, yet I did add tick accelerating to my mod. So, to be fair, there's like a dozen other mods where you can do the exact same thing. So don't tell me mine's overpowered. You can literally do that in, like, every other mod out there. I'm just saying. Every other mod has that capability. So Draconium 210-ish. That should be cool, I would think. Maybe? So my assumption is I can get those 210 Draconium blocks. Did I already have them in my inventory? I forget. And then we can tier up, assemble core. Do we need more redstone? We might need more redstone. Oh, you know what I need to do is put this away. And get my pickaxe back. Can I disassemble with you? How's that? And then there we go. Yeah, so you need more redstone. There we go. Now we're cooking. Wonder how much this holds. I forget. I remember it being a lot, though. Yeah, buddy. Sweet. A lot. 2.14 trillion FE, right? So we're at 355 giga. We'll be at 2.14 trillion before we fill back up. Now, talk to me about why we're only getting 18,000 OP. Because we were voiding. So the fact that we were voiding excess, the fact that we're not getting a lot tells me my reactor may have, you know, had a problem. Should we go check on it? I think we should. What's up, reactor? Oh! Well, that's not good. I guess that's not good. Well, luckily we have a solution for that, right? We have cardboard boxes, which I guess we should probably start making more of. I didn't expect that that would be a problem because I was voiding excess, right? I was voiding excess. Oh, you know what happened? This stopped receiving power. Yeah, it's not that we were generating power and we weren't dealing with it. It's that we stopped giving power to the shield. That's what happened. That's what happened. So let me make another batch of awakened draconium if I can. Speaking of which, how am I doing for hearts? We're getting low. Do we have a couple chaos shards? We're getting close. Let me go home and tick accelerate some bees for a sec. We should really plan, and I mean like really, we should like super duper plan for like getting more awakened draconium. All right, we're at 26% now. Another 1%er. There we do. 2 large, and the awakens times 6. And then we should be able to go back. Yeah, it's because power stopped going into this thing. That was the problem. So realistically, we turn you on, you charge up, you're going to get your energy saturation to a decent point. I guess SAS doesn't protect you if, you know, you run out of shielding completely. That's on me. I knew power was important. I forgot that the reactor would blow up without enough. What we realistically should have is either this should be generator power, so that like, but then like, you know, you have potential problems, or something else, right? Like what we could have is like a cable, right? What we could have is a cable. Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. As long as we don't like shut that thing down, it should be fine, right? So activate. So you guys should stabilize at the exact same point you were before. Right? Exactly where you were before. Because as long as you have the numbers set correctly, it just goes. Like, there's not a whole lot to this thing. It is OP, after all. And now we're back to running. Sweet. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, hey, why don't I have my power coming in anymore? Oh, right. Dire silly. So, now that we got that going, unfortunately it means that that the reactor core that we made with the express intent of making a bunch of other stuff is not ready now, but that's okay. Little tick accelerating and we'll get there. What I do need to get is some of this stuff. So Diorum is going to be a thing. So I need to get into Forbidden and Arcanus today. Okay, I could do that. I could get into some Forbidden and Arcanus. Let's put away some stuff. Boop, 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 boop. You can all go away. Let's put you away, along with you guys, and I'm gonna put my bow here so I can memorize its position as well. Deep Mob Learner can go away. Mob Imprisonment we're done with. Arrows I'll hang on to just cause, and that's all good by me. So Diorum is from Forbidden and Arcanus. I do remember that. I don't think that's deep into Forbidden and Arcanus, though, is it? I don't think so. Diorum's like right here. So like super early, right? So we're gonna need Arcane Crystal Dust, Moon to Batard Dust, and then Diorum. And that should be pretty easy to get our hands on. So we'll make all the other components of the Arcane Philosopher's Fuel thing, and then we'll go from there-ish. Okay? So that should be cool. That should be cool. We have arcane crystals. Can I just crusher them into... They actually smelt into arcane crystals. Dust. So, hold on to your hats, but we might be done. We'll see. Yes, sir. We are done. So... There you go. Diorum block complete. Nice. All right. So that would put you as a completed, right? Insanium coal block. This one might be tricky, but we'll see. We're going to need a lot of Insanium, Supremium Essence. So can we get... There is Insanium bees. And you guys can convert down, right? Can't you down convert? You can. So if we got Insanium bees... I'm just curious. Okay. So, how do we get the prosperity? We give a prosperity block to a crystalline bee, and then we get the prosperity. And then we can Pokey Gene Sampler him. There's got to be a better way to do that, because it's taking a really long time to Pokey Gene Sample. But crystalline bee comes from a quartz nest. We're going to need to silk touch some quartz. That might be easier said than done. Nether quartz ore? We can netherrack it. Can you pause for a sec, Buster? Well, there you go. One of you has Silk Touch on it, right? Silk Touch, Celesta Gem. And then sword. And there's your quartz bee nest. Sweet. And then you're back to equals 25, and you're back to ignoring. Cool. All right, so then we go to the nether. And it's going to be quartz on the thing. I'd rather have this be caged, to be honest with you. Might be close. I think we'll make it. Thank you. Okay. Cool. And we can take those crystalline bees and give them a prosperity shard block. And if I ever need more of them, we can get them. So I'm not even going to pretend I'm not converting you guys. Sweet. Okay. So now we've got those dudes. And in order to get Inferium B, we need to get a Prospera B spawn egg. Cannot be used on a spawner. Now, out of curiosity, do you think my capturing enchant could work? What are the chances that that's going to work? It's possible, because technically this is a spawn egg. So do you think capturing could happen? Because, like, I'd love for that to be the case. And then I don't have to do this, which is super annoyingly slow. I'm going to experiment. All right, we're going to get quartz. And then we're going to get you. And then I'm going to do this. And we're going to see if this works. And it may take a minute. But I'm going to give this like 5 minutes off camera after this 6 seconds of tick accelerating wraps up. And so far, Bupkis. But worth a try. So I'll come back in a minute. I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll be right back. I feel like I've killed enough bees, and it's not working. So that's a bummer. Is the only other way to get that with the... I guess, you know what else I could do? We could squish. Squish works. Isn't there the squisher? We want to do like the piston-y thing. There's like there's a piston. You take a bee, and you piston it, and that gets you... Isn't it something... Right? How do you do it? You squish it. You like the catcher, baby incubator, gene indexer. Maybe it's that. Where's the productive bees book? Right? Not that, please. Let's not craft with that guy. So the gene indexer. Oh, that combines bee genes. Where's genetics? Collecting genes, bee bottler. Yeah. The bottler together with a piston can be used to bottle up bees. Place a bee in the middle and pull the lever. Make sure the bottle has empty bottles inside. Throw the bottled bee into a centrifuge to separate useful from junk. Right. So we need you and a centrifuge, right? So bottler and then a centrifuge. Wonder if heated centrifuge works. We'll find out. But we put bottles in there. Right? And then we throw a piston with a button. Try that again. There we go. Cool. And then we can centrifuge you. And that gets me much higher gene samples. Right? And then we get the ones that are Prospera bees. And that's way better than waiting for Pokey Pokey, right? I think that's the way we play that, for sure. Yeah? I'm 100% cool with that. So what if I did... this? And we made you a high signal, and you're... targeting living. Okay, so check this out. You ready? We're gonna go back here with you. Okay. And we get prosperity shards. Okay. And your deal. I actually kind of want you to go away for a minute. Do I have 2 of those? How did I get 2 of those? I don't even know. We'll put you here for a sec because that's going to be a thing. And then when he pops out, we do that and that. Cool. Okay. Then, why aren't you, like, doing things? Are you guys, like, done or something? Like, what's the dealio? Never had that break before. It's interesting. Oh, maybe because power? I guess that could be it. Yeah, when I killed my power, it might have caused that. Okay, that's fair. So now check this out, right? If you're set to a really fast dude... Huh? It works. That's funny. Right. I should have you extract on white is really what I should have you do. So on the up, can't you just extract on white? So then you'll extract all the things and put them where they belong. Like, it'll sort them automatically, right? There's no reason to do purple. Right? So then you guys could also be white. Because everything's locked. So we're already filtering by virtue of the fact that, like, that's how laser IO works in drawers. Right? So we're already filtering. So now when I do this, it'll extract them all and put them right into here. Cool. And then we can take our prosperity bees. That's our high, that, and then this, and this, and this, and this, and that combines to 94%. Do we have another prosperity? We do. So this should be 100%. In fairness, it always made sense to me that you would need, like, to get to 100. It seemed silly that, like, you could just keep feeding the same treat over and over again until it worked. So, like, I prefer this, if I'm being honest. And there's your prosperity bee spawn egg. Sweet. And then we can come over here and boost him, right? So you're going to go there, and we will do prosperity bee. Okay. And that is just going to need some Inferium block and some Inferium essence. Cool. And then what we want is like, you know, a bunch of this. And this. Cool. And then tertium. Are we out of crystals already? Oh, right, we need the prudentium crystal for that, right? I guess so. Can we look at this way? No, we can't. Where is... Ah. Prudentium, tertium. That's what we're looking for, right? So you need substitutions enabled. So you have one of those, don't you? Yes. So why are you not crafting? I guess I could do this. There you go. Now you're behaving. One more. Though in fairness, we're going to want a lot more than one more in a minute. Cool. Hoping these bees do what I think they do. Tertium crystals now. I assume that's what we need. See, we're out of, but we have substitutions enabled. So, like, what's going on here? Am I crazy? Right? Substitutions is enabled. Let's make a bunch of you. Oh my goodness, now you're giving me trouble. Killing me, Smalls. So let's do this. I'm just going to do it manually because I shouldn't need to do a lot of these in theory. Right? What I can do is make... Right? And then we can do you. Okay. And that's pretty cool. And then we're going to want you to make tertium crystal. Right? And then you can upgrade these guys for me at a pretty decent pace. But we're going to obviously need more. So, let me make this off camera. We'll be back, because this is getting boring already. Alright, it took me a lot of crafting, but we got there in the end. Would I have automated it if I had to? Yes, but I don't think I do. Because I've already got Supremium, which is pretty cool. Right? And that means that I can spawn a Supremium B. Right? Now, in fairness, we can also upgrade him further to an Insanium one, but I don't see the need to do that. What I'm going to do is just get a Master Infusion Crystal, which just needs a little bit of Insanium and a Supremium Crystal. But we can get all that in a minute after I get some Supremium. So what does the Supremium B do? I don't know. I should have probably checked that out before I actually did stuff. So we're going to need a block of Supremium, which I can get. And he will make combs, which can centrifuge into essence at like 30% chance. So that's cool. So, mystical agriculture, where did I leave off? I'm going to need a little bit more of you. So I need like another batch of these. So I'm going to... Here's what I did off camera. This was the pattern that I followed. Okay. And then we take those 4 batches of Inferium crystals to get all those. Right? And then you turn into that, which, to be fair, I had not yet run into the situation where Prudentium was a problem for me. So maybe what I should do is 1 more batch of you, to be you, to be you, to be you. Actually, I think I did have to do that once. All right, there's the rest of our tertium, which we can easily turn into that, which we can easily turn into that, and that should be enough to get me a block to satisfy the B. Which we will do that for. And now we're getting these guys, which need to go in here. Okay. And you should be able to handle that. Now, when you're done processing all the Chaos Combs, you will start processing the Supremium Combs. And then all the Supremium Essence will go in here, but I'm just going to shift you to go in here. Oh, and I probably have to set you back to white as well. Cool. Look at that. Supremium, 4 days. Now, I should be able to get a Supremium crystal easily enough, which I can use to make some Inferium, or Insanium, which I can then use to make a Master Infusion crystal. And now I can just teach AE how to upconvert, right? So you're going to be that, and that's all you need to know going forward. Now, in terms of, we want Imperium, we never had taught. Pertium, we did have taught, right? Prudentium, and Inferium, we never had taught, right? So now it's very easy. We just down convert without any fanciness, right? Just down convert without any fanciness. Right? And then that's how you get to your different essences. And that makes life hopefully a lot easier. Right? And now I should be able to make Insanium coal blocks like so. You ready? You're going to be just that. And now we'll find out if that worked. Hooray! Another one complete. And then I'm going to go down here and for funds, let more chaosing happen. Can I sleep through this rain? Did I miss the window? I did. Bummer. Alright, so that covers Insanium being done. How's my chaosy dudes? We're getting there. We're getting there. We should have chaos soon. So you guys are all done. You're done. You're done. Empowered canola seeds, huh? That's going to need an actually additions and power, which is going to need some actually additions work. Shall we? I'm guessing yes. Do we do anything for actually yet? See, this was... We did do the Atomic Reconstructor. Did I automate you, though? No, I don't think I did. But that's okay, right? We can handle that. So what I'm going to do is... should we, like, autocraft with Atomic Reconstructor? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to throw a dropper. A simple one. And you're going to be... Can I detect items? I think I can detect items with a sensor. So advanced sensor. Right? And then we're going to want to make sure magnets don't mess with nothing over here. And you're going to say less than equals 0. You're going to emit a redstone signal. And you're going to target items with an empty whitelist. So notice how you're no longer pulsing, right? And then we can have a dropper that's going to go here. I might need to convert you, and if I do, then cool. Because now that I have that there, you should probably be converted to this style. And to be fair, I could also do that. Haha, that's cool, right? And then that and that and that. And then we want the magnet dude for the D-magnety doohickey. Cool. So now, if there's no items there, he's going to stop him from running. If there are items there, he will keep running. Okay? And then we'll probably want some kind of collector. Now, because I did the thing with the stuff, then what I'm going to want to do is, I don't think I need it to go back into the same. As long as it goes into anyone, we're cool. So then your area render will be there, but I'm going to give you like a little bit of a wider berth. But we're going to allow list what you can get. And it'll be from actually additions, and it'll be things like Restonia crystals, Palace crystals, Diamantine crystals, Void crystals, Emeradic crystals, and Yori crystals. Not the empowered tier stuff. And we're probably also going to want crystallized canola, because that's an atomic reconstructor as well, right? So now, check this out. I throw redstone in here. Cool. Eh? That's kind of cool. I throw redstone in here, and I tell you drop a stack at a time. And we're cool? Right? So now I can very easily go over here and say, hey, for actually additions, here's all your recipes. You ready? Boom. And that's how we do that. You know, just dire things does make some stuff easier. I'm a little, you know, proud of my mod. I'm allowed to be proud of my mod, right? Just wish I had more time to work on it more. Because there's all kinds of cool stuff I'd love to have in there. Now, speaking of canola, we're probably going to want to have more canola seeds. Am I assuming that I can hopper this? I can. Looks like your output from the hopper botany pot is canola seeds and canola. Cool. And then I'm assuming we don't need a bajillion of these. But good idea to avoid them, right? And that should be cool. And now we can look at making this stuff. Cool. So let's come back in a sec. I'm gonna like make these off camera. And I just realized this episode is running long. So off camera between episodes, I will make these. For now, Adult20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.